It's really hard to start sometimes. Welcome to Just Another Weird Day of episode number 10.
Number 10.
That's crazy. We need to have a celebration. It's been 10.
We need a party.
I need to silence my phone because it's going off too. We are starting this thing.
Happy Journey Together episode.
Yes.
Get to talk about our story.
But first, the object.
He gets to guess today.
Can you wear it?
Mm-mm. I wouldn't wear it.
Do you normally read it?
Not normally.
Is it your hand?
Nope.
Get it? Like palm reader? Hand?
Wow.
Not normally read it, but you could.
Oh my. Wow.
Just, random thoughts pop in my head.
Yeah, the specific one that I have, no, that's not.
Okay. Can't wear it. Don't normally read it. It's not your hand. We're going to go with, is it a toy?
No.
Is it expensive?
No. Not usually.
Can you buy it at Walmart?
Part of it?
Part of it. Is it edible?
No. I do not know how many questions are. I think you only have 2 more.
Yeah, something like that.
That sounds right.
Not edible, not a toy. Don't normally read it. Can I hold it in one hand?
Yeah.
Is it
Last question.
a hard?
Yeah, it's hard.
Is it a pen?
No. Okay. I'm bringing it up. Ta-da!
Oh, hey,
It's a
there you go.
picture frame.
Of us.
With our picture. That felt fitting for our journey together story.
Oh, wait. Feels fitting.
No.
Nice.
That one is pretty old now. I think that was from
That is so
2016.
Really?
Maybe 2017, actually.
Yeah,
I don't know. Malachi was a baby.
it was. Yeah, so that means 2017. Because baby, he would have been 2016.
Yeah, true. So, there you go. That's just for
Nice.
later.
That's
That
fun.
is a photo from Oceanside. That was like the first beach that we would walk to when we moved there.
Yeah.
And then Sean took pictures of our family. We got your parents in there. This was
Mhm.
just the one that we got of us. So,
I remember that day. I was on Cassidy Beach, right? Down the end of the street. Pretty sure.
No, not Cassidy. No, it was the other one. It was literally Oceanside. I don't remember the street. Wow.
It was like some random dead end street where you go down the stairs.
No, it had the boat ramp.
Oh, that was the boat ramp.
Yeah.
That's why I thought it was Cassidy. But I remember.
Cassidy doesn't have a boat ramp.
Hmm.
Anyway, this is not important to our conversation.
The journey.
The
How'd we
journey
get
of
there?
where did we come from and where are we going? What are we doing right now?
I don't know. You got 5 hours to talk about that? Holy cow.
Yeah, it's a long story. I
So-
brought a lot of stuff to help us.
You brought a lot of stuff. Well, first, how did we meet?
Our
Well,
wedding
that led to
photo.
that.
Yeah, how did we meet? That led to this.
I remember. Well, I remember seeing you for the first time. Remember that?
Yeah, I didn't really remember until
Yeah, I
later.
wasn't very impressionable at that time.
Well, there was a whole room of new people, so
It's true.
I vaguely remember
We're in Sunday school.
that there were a
in
lot of teenage boys.
Bakersfield, and we had, I don't know, 10 people in the class that I all knew. And she walked in the room, and I was like, huh, there's no chance I don't have a chance with that girl. It's literally what I thought. I remember thinking that. I remember you walking in the door.
I
can
remember distinctly giving off those vibes before I walked in the room too,
Yeah.
because I was not happy about changing churches. So I was like, fine, I'll go to the Sunday school class, but I don't want to be here. I don't want to meet anybody.
Yeah.
Of course, I walk in, and I think it was Was Danny Lack?
Danny Lack
Yeah.
was the teacher that day.
Was teaching, and he was like, okay, introduce yourself, and here, this is the whole class. And it kind of felt like a classic junior high classroom setting, because there were like actual
Desks.
chairs with desks.
Because we're meeting at a college
Yeah,
campus,
you're meeting at-
the church was,
Uh-huh.
and so we were using one of their classrooms as a Sunday school.
Right, and I have been homeschooled up to this point, so I don't even...
That's true.
All of this is just funny to me. I'm like, this is just not where I want to be right now.
That's fair.
But it was a really good thing for our family to go to that church.
Yeah. I was 16 and you were 14.
Yeah. Were you even 16 yet?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I drove to church that day, my Mustang.
And I was 14. That
Yep.
is really crazy, because that's how old our son is going to be this year.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah. And then the first time I hugged you, we were doing a play at that church.
Yeah.
I was the rebellious teenager who had left the Lord and had wandered my own ways. Angela. And then you played Jesus. Can't imagine why.
Don't know why. Why they would cast me as Jesus.
This is very much how he looked in high school, actually. I don't think his beard was quite as
not this
bushy,
crazy.
but yeah. And then he gave me a little side hug off the stage.
So awkward.
So he came back to Jesus. I was like, wow, that's nice. Probably when I first started feeling really safe with you.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. And then, over the years, driving us to church and, yeah, going to China together.
Yeah. 2004.
2004.
Went to the Great Wall, went to Beijing, went to Hong Kong, and a small town of 2 million in Zhongshan. Yep.
Yep, and Buddy went with us. Shane didn't make it.
Yep.
I never heard that story until this last year.
Oh, I don't
Just
remember.
that he had wanted to go.
Oh,
And
he was pretty rebellious at that point in his life.
yeah, he wasn't really sure who he wanted to follow yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, Buddy was ready. He wanted to go. He was so tired on that trip.
What was the quote?
I get sleepy when I'm
I
tired.
sleep when I'm tired.
I know, Buddy, you're gonna love all of this. Yeah. But we had a good time.
Yeah.
We ate weird food, fried eel, octopus pizza. Pretty sure Buddy ate an eyeball
Yeah.
of a
chicken.
fish.
Oh yeah, it's fish. He ate
Was
the
it?
beak of a chicken.
The beak of a chicken.
Yeah.
The eyeball.
Yeah, we had
It
some
is
weird
funny
stuff.
thinking about our teenage son getting so close to like you and Buddy's age, and it fits, What did our son do tonight and yesterday?
Well, we caught a mouse yesterday in the house, and so the first thing he wanted to do was like, well, "Dad, can I skin it?" Sure, why not? He wants to practice skinning
Really wants
the
to
mouse
practice
and
tanning
saving the
hides.
hide. So he tanned the hide and preserved it with
Yep, he
salt.
salted it
and
first.
Egg yolk.
And then put the
Tanned it.
egg yolk tonight.
So now he has a little tiny hide of a mouse. And so we were joking around, just another weird day, talking
This is
about
just
making. He
another
was
weird
like,
day.
maybe we should make something for Luna, our cat. Like, yeah, maybe you can make a mouse quilt that she can sleep under. A mouse hide quilt. Imagine that one for a minute.
Things can't get much
Oh,
weirder.
Yeah, that was
It's pretty
cool.
special.
Yeah.
It's what you do. It's what you do when you raise a teenage boy who loves everything hunting and bushcraft.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
It's pretty
Speaking
amazing.
of which, we went to.
Oh, last
Sleepy
night.
Creek
Yeah,
Lake.
yesterday was good.
Was that yesterday? Wow.
You had a really long work
I
day.
had a long work day today. Yeah, Sleepy Creek Lake, and we went and just had a campfire by the lake. It was nice. It was refreshing to
Oh
be
my
outside
gosh, it was
and
so good.
just have a fire, cook some hot dogs, and it was good.
That is the dream. We're gonna have some wild land someday.
Someday.
Yeah.
But picking back up with China, right? We left off in China, and then we
Came back and
waited
you're like,
5 more years.
no. Then you're like, so I have feelings for you over
Yeah.
the phone, and I'm like, I mean, I do too, but what does that mean? I'm only At that point, I was 15 now. I'm like, I'm only 15.
I think you were 16 at that point. Yeah, because you went to China at 16, right?
No, I was 15.
Wow.
And then it was after we got back, like a month later, and you're like, so I have feelings for you. So cute. And then your mom was so offended that my mom wouldn't let us date, even though it wasn't my mom.
Yeah.
It was me, because I was like, I've seen other people date in high school, and it wasn't good, and it didn't last. And I want this to last. So, like, will you wait for me? You weren't sure about that. I think you were kind of frustrated.
I remember going to my boss / mentor at the time, Rob Biggenbaum, being like, why? Why am I waiting? I'm just going to move to China because there's no point in any of this. And I was going crazy. I remember stopping him and telling him that multiple times.
What did he say? He just
I
listened to
don't know.
you?
Yeah, he just listened.
That's good. We all need that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of a bummer because I would have loved to have just gotten married young, but anyway, Jared waited.
I waited.
What did
7
we
years.
do all that time? Well, we only had to wait another 3 years till I turned 18.
Yeah.
And then another 3 years after that before we got engaged and got
Before her
married.
dad still said no for the third time. And so I was like, okay.
You were
so
supposed
that
to
means-
talk to him about that this trip. Oh,
What's
it's so
that?
funny.
Oh.
How
I was
he
supposed to
he
talk-
didn't even say no to marrying when you
He's
asked
like,
to
yeah,
marry
we'll
me.
talk again. I don't know.
Yeah.
He never gave a yes, ever. So
After-
I talked to her dad 3 times to ask for her for marriage. And the first 2 times, it seemed like a clear no to me. It was like, no, even though I don't know what was holding it back. You need to have a plan. You have a backup plan. Anyway, so the third time, I think I was already moved to Portland. Yeah, because I had this whole engagement idea coming back to our hometown in Bakersfield where she still lived at the time. And I was like, oh yeah, in my mind, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to have this whole engagement plan of everybody there. But your dad didn't say yes.
Oh,
And so
I don't remember this part of the story.
it was just in my head. It was never
Yeah.
talked about it out loud. Like, all right, I'm going to go back. He's going to say yes. And then we're going to have this whole thing. Maybe at Mauricio's or something. I don't know what I was thinking, but just in front of everybody. But he never said yes. And so you ended up moving up to Portland because of school and being next to me. And
Well, that was crazy. That was like God going, yes, go ahead, move forward.
yeah.
Because I was going to visit my aunt for a week, and I was like, okay, Lord, this is it. I want to be with Jeremy. It's been 6 months now. He's been away in Portland,
Yep.
paving a way for a new career with electrician work. And so I went for a week, and my aunt had already said there was a college student who was looking for a roommate at George Fox. And so I met her. We looked up an apartment. We went in, ran all the things, asked if we could make it happen, and they literally gave us the keys that day. And so I'm like, I literally have an apartment in Portland. Okay, I have to get a job. All right, I need to.
Yeah.
So I just went back and got everything ready and moved. It was crazy. It was a whirlwind. So I think definitely there were some open doors there to move in. Yeah, I think I started handing out resumes like as soon as I got there. I had some money saved. I had been working and saving money for a few months before because I was just like, I don't want to stay in Bakersfield when my boyfriend is in a different state.
Yeah. Sure.
So, yeah, God definitely opened doors for that. And then it was within that year we got engaged and got
Mhm.
married. So, yeah, it was like not even 6 months later we got engaged.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the time frames.
I remember the time frames. I do. Because it was like June when we got the apartment. And then you proposed in November. So. Oh, yeah. I remember we were going for an anniversary dinner, and I was working at a coffee shop, and one of my coworkers, Shelly, she was like, we'll just get you fancy in case he proposes.
Really? I don't
Yeah,
know
she
that.
actually said that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I wish, but no. We're just having a special date. That was way more epic than proposing at Mauricio's. really glad you didn't do that.
Yeah.
It was like
So
a
that was-
high-rise building
Yeah.
in Portland. It was
The
called
Departure.
Departure.
Yeah.
It was like a fancy nightclub, which
was.
didn't even have prices for anything. I don't know how much you paid, but probably a
don't
lot. He's like,
It
I don't know
wasn't even
either.
dinners either. It was just like these
Little
snacky,
tiny
like the whole menu was all
appetizers. Because I think there were a lot of
Wait,
drinks.
that's
We
weird.
weren't even drinking
No,
at
we
that
weren't drinking
point.
at
We
the
didn't even have any like fancy drinks.
Yeah.
Well, that's not true. We had champagne because he didn't even tell the waitress. We went
Oh,
out
yeah.
on the little deck, and he was like, "Let's just take a picture for our anniversary." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's a good idea." So he asked the waitress, and then as she's taking a picture of our anniversary, he like gets down on one knee, and she starts like freaking out. She's like,
Yep.
"Oh my gosh!" And it
That's
was
fun.
so cute. And then she like ran back in and grabbed champagne from the manager on the house. Here, you guys. I've never seen this before. Anyway, I wish we would have gotten her info because it'd be
Yeah.
fun to see what happened to her later.
Sure.
But that was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just part of our journey. It was a good night.
That was fun.
Yeah, you were terrified.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't get you away from the car door when I was trying to get the ring into my jacket pocket. You were like, kept, I don't know, grabbed my hand or something. Like, I just need something, just forgot something, just a minute. It was funny,
I don't remember that.
but I got it.
That's super funny.
Yep.
Yeah, you definitely did act slightly nervous that night.
Oh, I'm sure I did.
So cute. Yeah, so then what?
Well, then we lived the American dream in Portland.
Yeah, we did.
Had 2.5 kids and no cats.
Yeah,
We had dogs. We had 2 dogs.
that's true. We did have 2 dogs when I was pregnant with
A mouse.
Mako.
2 mouse.
2 mice.
Fish.
Do we have fish?
I think so.
You had fish
I had fish
before we got married.
Mhm.
Yep. And then he got real brave and bought a house that we
Yep.
lived in for almost 4 years.
That was fun.
We bought a bus while we were in that house. Started
that
fixing that up.
Yeah, we bought it, and then on our anniversary, I don't know what anniversary it was.
Yeah, that's a cool
5th?
story too.
5th one? I don't know.
Might have been our 3rd.
Wow. So 2015,
Maybe 4th.
2014. Yeah, probably 4th.
2014. Yeah,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
because Sapphire was a baby.
So 2014, we bought a bus for $1,000 on our anniversary. It was a
1985, 1984.
yeah 84.
1984 GMC.
Mm-hmm.
And it had been manufactured on our anniversary, which
Yep.
is also the day we found it. Which, yeah, before we were both born.
Yep.
Pretty cool. And then, series of events. Jump, hop, skip. Sold our house, moved to California again.
Yep.
Another series of events. Had a baby in Minnesota. Came back to California.
Yeah, that was wild. We were in between. I was in between work and
Actually.
converting the school bus. Oh, what's this?
This book was reminding me
What's
of
up?
the Minnesota adventure, but because
Yeah.
I made this book when we were apart for our anniversary. What was that? In
Oh, yeah, that'd be 2015. No,
our
16.
6-year,
2016.
yeah, our 6-year anniversary.
Yeah, 2016.
Yeah.
That was a tough year.
Yeah, because that was the year that it says celebrating life with you on our 6-year anniversary and Noah Henry Snow's Heaven Day, June 25th, 2016. We have eternity ahead together, all grace from Jesus. Love you, babe. But yeah, that was the hardest anniversary for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Not only just being apart, but then having to be with. Well, I'm glad we were together, but having to say goodbye to Noah, that was just really hard.
Yeah.
For sure. Because, yeah, that was literally on our anniversary.
Yep. And I was not there. I was working in California.
Mhm. Yeah, you're finishing up some jobs. But it is interesting timing, the way that God timed that, because I do think about our marriage in light of eternity a lot more because of that.
Yeah.
I don't know that you have necessarily, but I definitely have. Because it was my sister, my nephew.
Yeah. But while we were there, we had Malachi.
Yes, I was
Months
also
later.
a month and a half away from giving birth to our baby. So that's why
Born in
Malachi was
Minnesota.
born in Minnesota.
Pretty wild.
Aitkin, Minnesota.
Little tiny town.
And then I think I flew out 2 weeks after he was born
2 weeks.
to check out the area
Of Oceanside.
of Oceanside. So that was wild.
Yeah.
Because
It was so fast. I don't remember.
we needed to make money.
Yeah.
Because you had stopped working just to be with the family. It was like, okay, well,
Yeah,
we need
like
to
a month and a half, 2 months.
we need to start this next venture. We had some savings, but it's like we need to start this new business, and so then we started an escape room.
Yep.
Did that for 8 years and met a lot of awesome people. And
Yep. Oceanside, California. Made an escape room, and then we made 2 more. Then we went
Poway.
to Colorado Springs and built one of our escape rooms out in Colorado Springs.
Thank you, Don and
Lived
Ken.
out there for
Yep.
6 weeks,
Yeah,
5 weeks.
they were amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was definitely a really cool experience.
It was.
Celebrated our birthdays, Nico and I, out in Colorado that year
Yeah.
in 2021.
21. Wow.
Mm-hmm. It was only 4 years ago. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
And then lots more happenings. So many things happened.
Right?
So many things happened, but we ended up moving out to West Virginia a year ago in May, or April, really. We started the trek
Yeah.
a year ago in April.
Yeah.
Yeah, only a month away from that.
It's wild.
That is crazy. That is seriously crazy.
So here we are.
Yeah, here we are. There's a lot of missing pieces to that story, but
Yeah, just a little synopsis of our story and where we're at. So I guess
Yeah.
what are we doing here?
you're working hard every day. Well, I miss
Doing
you.
Handyman stuff. 'Cause I used to build lots of things in a previous life, and now I build it for other people.
It is nice that you can get paid to
Yeah.
build it for other people and do a really good job, and
Yeah.
that is nice. It is neat to be able to share you while you share your skills.
Yeah. I do enjoy it. It is hard work, but I do miss not being home.
Yeah, but he does do better when he works hard.
Yeah,
He was built for hard labor.
it's true.
I was built for people to feed me.
Hey, you fed me tonight. It was great.
Sometimes he comes home after a long day and still makes dinner. That's the kind of wife I am.
I do enjoy making dinner.
Yeah. I like to talk and write. Yeah, and that's what I'm getting ready for. Slowly but surely, listening, reading, writing, taking it all in for Classical Conversations Challenge A.
Yeah.
Whew. The Latin is going to be a doozy. That's just another level.
That's
I'm really
another
glad that I've gotten. It's a great way to
Gotten.
start it. Gotten. It's not a word.
Ain't
Really
done
glad that I have practiced a little bit of essentials now,
yet. Yeah.
but that will help with Latin. And then we'll have one kid in the younger years foundations.
Yeah, so we're at, 13, 11, and 8 now for our kids. That's where we're at.
Something from high school that made me fall in love with Jer was when he said he wanted to be a grandpa.
Yeah, I've always been saying that. Still ready.
Yeah, so he's working hard for that, and
Can't wait to mess with my grandkids. Play tricks on them. Play pranks on them.
Yeah, I
Act
thought
like
it
I'm
was.
deaf, but not really.
I
It'll be fun.
Yeah. Pretend
What?
like you're deaf and then not be.
Mm-hmm. That'd be great.
Yeah. I thought it was like really.
Do little magic tricks for me.
Uh huh.
That'd be great.
He really likes working with older men now too with his jobs.
I do.
Yeah, you love it.
I don't know about that, but it's sure entertaining.
He's practicing, getting all the tips.
Yeah.
It is funny how quickly getting older is happening.
It is.
When you meet your spouse in high school, it's pretty wild.
Yeah.
I'm glad you waited for me.
Me too.
You didn't know what kind of adventures you'd be on. Good thing he likes to problem solve. That's what I've been teasing lately. Like, one of the biggest problems you could possibly try and solve.
Wow. There you go.
I have all kinds of ideas for problems I can come up with that you can solve too.
I like solving them, so.
Yeah, it's good. It's very good.
Yeah.
Well, I'm grateful that we have had some spiritual breakthroughs in our marriage since we've been here.
Yeah.
That you've wanted to lead our family back to the Lord again, because there was pretty hard. That was a very hard season in 2020.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. I think there were a lot of factors that went into it, but yeah, Jeremy was really questioning his faith. And when we were in high school, we had read through the Bible together and passed notes back and forth of scriptures we were reading, and yeah.
Yeah, it was a tough time. I think I got apathetic. So.
Yeah, it's easy to do.
Mm-hmm. It really is. I'm looking forward to where we're going, that's for sure. I like our trajectory.
Yeah, it's good. It is good. I know we had our own little Shabbat on Friday.
Saturday.
That's true.
Remember?
We messed it up.
Oh, okay.
We just did it on Saturday.
Yes. That was good.
It's just something my parents have started doing on Friday nights, where they light candles and just say some prayers, remembering some of the old Jewish traditions of honoring an evening to evening time of rest. And yeah, it was really neat to be able to do that as a family.
Yeah.
It's really neat. That's good. The kids love it because you're not supposed to serve yourself. That's like one of the things that you can incorporate if you want to try and remember tradition.
Mm-hmm.
Serve each other. I'm sure you could all kinds of things. But yeah, are there any other things that you're hoping for our marriage and family in the future?
I hope I can incorporate you guys working with me more. I think it's good to have that apprenticeship-esque style.
Yeah.
And they have been going to work with me more, but find more opportunities for them to learn new skills. It's good.
Yeah, that is good. That would be good. I'm glad that we started doing this.
Yeah.
It's fun for our marriage. Just sit down and talk.
Mm-hmm.
Fun for me anyway.
It's good.
You keep coming though. Keep showing up.
I'm still here.
Well, yeah. Should we draw something out of the hat? See what we're doing for next week?
No. Oh, there we go. Doubting Jesus and the Bible. Finding apologetic.
Yeah, I think so.
There you go. We were just talking about that.
That's actually a pretty good segue.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we can talk about our
That'd be
journey
fun.
through 2020 and all that stuff.
Yeah, that'd be
The
good.
church we were at and all
That'll be an interesting story. Oh, the churches. We've had a lot of interesting church experiences. Maybe we
Yeah.
could actually dive into that a little more.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Cool.
I think it's healing to process it, remembering God was present in it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. We'll talk
Yeah.
about faith in the Bible and church next week. And then I have a verse from Song of Solomon 8:7 that says, "Many waters cannot quench love, neither can the floods drown it." So
Nice.
our love is special because Jesus makes it that way. I don't think we would have pulled through without him.
Absolutely. Sure.
But his love is unfailing. Many waters cannot quench love, and neither can the floods drown it. There you go.
All right.
Love you, babe.
Love you too.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right. Thanks, guys.
We'll see you next week.
See you next week.